Magick, witchcraft, art, living. Weird stuff, innit? How you doing, mate? Yeah, how you doing? Welcome to Way of the Weirdo. Magick and witchcraft are words which imbue me with a sense of being alive in an incredibly engaged approach. Fascination, curiosity and glee. Yet, magic and witchcraft are words which come extremely culturally loaded with preconceived notions and ideas, isn't it? A whole bag of McGubbins around them, right? So I want to share today with you my current understanding of them for your own digestion, use and pleasure. But disclaimer, I don't really consider myself a historical boffin waffin, right? These are my own idiosyncratic views and beliefs. Please, if you're interested in these words, do your own research and your own experiments, safely without hurting yourself and other people. Pretty good guideline, I reckon. Right, so yes, historical boffin waffin, not me, right? A lot of people interested in these things might think my views and beliefs are unfounded, but I think they are founded because they're founded in my own experience. Disclaimer, over. Right, first word, magic. What is meant by magic here is the practice of learning about life and consciousness through studying what others have to say on the matter and primarily experimenting on and for oneself. It's the channeling and manipulating of energy in accordance with will to achieve the desired result. Be that in the realm of fairies, dwarfs, Yggdrasil, the world tree, or in the realm of an office or a boxing gym. The purpose of magic, with a K in the spelling, is simply to improve as a human and achieve one's desire. And as a result, it is vital to truly know your will. What is it you want and why is it you want that? Where is that desire coming from, and is it something you truly want, or has it, for instance, been programmed into your noggin by the modern multimedia means of indoctrination? Scrolling. If you know it is let's call it a clean desire and guided by good, solid human principles, what's stopping you? I mean, identifying, naming and classifying what is stopping you, that block, can often be enough to get going. But if the block is in your own psyche, which perhaps you could argue that everything you perceive is in your own psyche, well, you could, for instance, in a magical operation, write it onto paper, the block, name it. There's great power in naming things. You could name the block. Let's call this one Fuddle Muffin on the paper, right? And then you summon all of your angst at Fuddle Muffin, get out of my way! All the woe! All the spit on it and cry and like that. Project it all into the fucking little bit of paper, and then you set it on fire and you dance around like a happy lunatic. You free yourself of it. You release the idea, you release the thing that you thinged, and crack on with making what you want happen. right? Or perhaps you could study natural laws like cause and effect and observe how they can help you, right? Are you working with or against the flow of life? Go with the flow, man. I mean, yeah, right? Maybe it is time to work with the outside flow of existence, or maybe it's time to fight and push your own flow out there, engage the resistance that you meet head on. Do you see how all of this is about study? How all of this is about experimentation and implementation in an open and playful way. That is magic. An embodied mindset of wellness and empowerment, open to learning from any and every type of phenomena imaginable, from angels to herbs to demons to the fucking dictionary, all with the cause. This might be a personal thing, but I reckon it's a good cause. All with the cause of never ever 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 succumbing to the urge to play the victim. It's empowerment, self-empowerment. Okay, so what about witchcraft? Witchcraft! Well, I see witchcraft as the application of the above. However, I've used it, I've brought it into this blubble, particularly because it speaks to me heavily of re-enchantment. I just think we need to enchant life. Who wants to live an unenchanted, boring, meaningless, purposeless existence? It's just crap. I mean, if you want that, by all means. But are we doing that as children before Fortnite gets us? Right? Were we doing that? Did you have an imaginary friend? Did you talk to the trees? Yeah? What was your sense of aliveness, of being here? Right? How can we re-enchant life and have that as mature people? I mean, we needed scientific rationalism so those lunatics would stop hanging and burning people accused of being witches. And yet, it seems that we have been left with a hyper-materialistic state of being that is completely devoid of spirit. And yet the quote-unquote spirituality that is pumped out nowadays is often just all fucking linen and tossers going, yeah, oh, yoga, yeah, muesli. People who never had the pleasure of knowing what it's like to have someone punch you in the fucking teeth for thinking you're clever. And I'm, of course, generalising hugely, but I do hope you get my point. It's not all woolly, cosy-wozy in life. Right? I mean, yeah, let's do yoga. I like yoga, right? But I love witchcraft because it's feet on the ground. Witchcraft encompasses yoga and any other practice of wellness that you can imagine. It's enchanting. And I think now is the time for a re-enchanted worldview that embraces spirit and the mysteries of life, yet still has its feet on the ground. Witchcraft is the effort to become wise in the craft of living. We might as well have a go, right? Free from the overbearing, oppressive, control-hungry power structures of religious dogma. And yet, a witch, or a vitki, which is Old Norse for a male witch, has no problem with nabbing what works from the religious storehouses and implementing it, putting it into practice. If it works, it works. Because in the realm of ideas, I think it's all free to take from wherever. If it works, it works. We all shit, we all piss, we are all human beings, and sharing culture and ideas is a bloody good idea. Bruce Lee fucking nailed it. He said, take what is useful, discard what isn't, and add what is uniquely your own. I would argue that Bruce Lee was an uber witch, an uber Wittke. Scientific dogma can be just as overbearing as religious, but the scientific method is the exact method that is applied by a working witch, magician, sorcerer, Wittke. That being, observe, pose a question, research the topic area, have a hypothesis, experiment and test, analyse the data, analyse the results, and then make some conclusion based on the results and refine if needed. Keep going till it really bloody well works. Okay, so waffle on Magick and Witchcraft. My closing thoughts are that the door is open now. The temple door is wide bloody open to initiate ourselves into whatever we bloody well want, thanks to this strange beast that is the internet. And as you can see, the terms magic and witchcraft are simply terms applied to art of living and dying well. The art of living and dying well, whatever that means to you individually. And there is a belief here that it is us who enchants life, and to live in an unenchanted, unimaginative life is a very sad fate indeed. Children know what the fuck is up before Fortnite gets them. Understanding the processes of life, natural laws through self-development and study is a never-ending rabbit hole and can reveal extremely traumatic and tough lessons. However, it is a life that is awake and alert and engaged and fucking visceral as fuck. And as long as them feet stay on the ground, it's all good. These have been my views on magic and witchcraft.